Peace. Salvana. Happy New Year. Hello, Leo. Welcome, Leo. How you doing? I hope you're good. Spiritually, physically, mentally, emotionally, psychologically, financially, globally, holistically, and otherwise. Okay? I have already shuffled all of the decks, so we're going to just get started. Let's get it started. But I still just, do it again so that you can see. Okay? Mother, Father, Sun, Moon. Righteous ancestors. Ascended masters. Holy angels. Divine frequency. Show me the cards I need to see to give a clear and concise message to all viewing. Protect me from any harm that is attempting to come my way while spreading this message. Anyone sending me evil energy, negative energy, return it to them a trillionfold. As above, so below. As within, so without. As the universe, so the soul. Ashe, abracadabra, amen. So mote it be. Okay? As always, it's an honor to be here with you and to read for you. So thank you for coming back. Okay, and let's see if we can read into your situation, Leo. Did I? What was it? Excuse me. I need to write something down. Okay. Okay. Sorry about that. All right, let's get started. So we've been using these, but maybe I'll use these. Switch up that deck. This is singles and relationship deck. Let's see what this yields for my Leo. Okay. For Leo. Leo. Another card for Leo. 3 more. Oh, Lord. Okay. So, Leo, you got mixed signals. You don't let others know you're interested. Flirt and be approachable. Too hard. You believe that it has to be hard, but it doesn't. Let love flow naturally in your life. Self-neglect. You are neglecting your own needs in relationships. You need to practice self-care. 2, attached. Give your partner some breathing room. Being too needy drives them away. Seeking perfection. Everyone has flaws. Choose only 5 must-haves and deal breakers that matter. And finally, addiction. You are either obsessed with someone or struggling with addiction. You need to get help. Underneath the deck, tolerating abuse. Any kind of abuse is not okay. You deserve someone who treats you well. Okay? All right. All right. We're going to go in with just a layer of clarification here with this oracle deck, okay, to give a bit more clarity to these cards that we just pulled, okay? Okay. Okay, so you have discovery in reverse, ostentation in reverse, fortune upright, versatility upright, order upright, optimism upright, defense upright. Okay, now we're going to go in with the tarot. All right, Leo. Okay, this came out sideways. You have 9 of Cups sideways. You have Knight of Pentacles, the Sun card, Page of Cups, the Moon, Lovers, 6 of Swords underneath the deck. Okay, second layer of tarot. Okay, Leo. All right, Leo. Let's do this. Six of Swords again. Queen of Cups. The Hermit. The Devil. 4 of Cups, King of Swords, the Hierophant underneath the deck. Okay. So for starters, what I see is that the Leo that I'm speaking to, you're likely in a relationship. Depends on what I'm reading for, past, present, future. But this Leo's in a relationship where they were tolerating abuse. I don't know if it was physical, verbal, emotional, financial, psychological. Okay, you're tolerating abuse of some sort. Card says any kind of abuse is not okay. You deserve someone who treats you well. You're dealing with someone that doesn't treat you well. They don't speak to you well. They take advantage of you financially. They take advantage of you possibly spiritually, mentally, emotionally, psychologically. Okay. This woman is curled up on the ground crying. Okay. Good Lord, Leo. Is this what you want to do with? Next card to clarify that is defense. You need to defend yourself. You need to defend yourself. Why are you dealing with that? Okay? You should not deal with that. It looks like this is a person that could be a earth sign. Could be someone that speaks down to you, talks badly to you, okay? Thinks poorly about you. Could be a Taurus or could not, okay? But regardless of who this person is, Spirit is saying that you need to leave this situation alone. You need to leave, okay? That's Six of Swords. That's leaving chaos. Before Six of Swords is the Five of Swords. That's people fighting out in the streets. So this is someone that you might have had a big argument with on outside of the house, okay? Maybe you had a big argument with them outside somewhere, out in the public, okay? Maybe, okay? Spirit is saying you shouldn't tolerate that. You need to defend yourself and you need to leave. You should not tolerate abuse. You need to defend yourself and you need to leave, okay? Leave what? This marriage, this union. This is a sentence. You don't, all I had to do was read it, okay? You're tolerating abuse. You need to defend yourself and you need to leave this relationship, this marriage. It's not just a relationship. It's a higher level of commitment, some sort of higher level of commitment. So like a marriage, a live-in lover, something significant. You're tolerating poor treatment. You're tolerating abuse. You need to defend yourself, okay? And you need to leave this marriage or this relationship. That's what it says, okay? Okay. Then you have mixed signals and discovery in reverse. So for those of you that have left already, okay, and have began the process of you've been through the healing and you're starting to date, you are you're not doing well back on the dating market, back on the dating scene, okay? You are interested in people, but you may come off as unapproachable, and it's probably due to the past trauma. So that would say that you still have some healing to do. You still have some residual healing that you need to do because you are still arrested in your soul over that past situation. So it's causing you to not trust people or not be sure or just always kind of give folks a side eye. You give mixed signals and it makes people kind of pass you by, okay? You're not discoverable. You're undiscoverable because you're still cloaking the beauty that is you, okay? You're hiding it because you're afraid of being hurt again, okay? Okay, Nine of Cups has to do with independence, okay? So the Nine of Cups was sideways. So I'm also speaking to someone that is still not completely free of this abusive situation. You kind of are of double minds about it, or you may have one foot still in that situation trying to fully take yourself out of that situation, but you haven't yet because the Nine of Cups did come out sideways. but it came out sideways and it pointed to 6 of Cups, okay? So, excuse me, 6 of Swords, which is your second time getting it. So this is a confirmation of a confirmation. So it's resounding. Spirit is saying, listen, your liberty, your freedom, your financial happiness, everything that you want rests on the other side of freedom. Okay? Your financial comeuppance, your financial breakthrough, your abundance, your prosperity, okay? Your happiness, everything that you want, your freedom, it is on the other side of leaving. It's on the other side of the hill. It's on the other side of that rocky water that you need to traverse. Okay? So Spirit is essentially saying, get out. Get out. Okay? You're accepting a situation that's very hard because you, for some reason, and you may have children with this person, you feel like love has to be hard. Maybe that was modeled to you with your parents growing up, or in your, initial entry into the world of relationships. But somehow it was modeled to you that, love is hard, love is difficult, and you're meant to endure. Okay, so you endure a lot of abuse that you shouldn't endure. Okay, but Spirit is saying love is not ostentatious. Love is boring. Okay, ostentation in reverse. Okay, doesn't have to be hard. Doesn't have to be pomp and circumstance and big and flags and parades and trombones and a band. Love is quiet. Love is simple. Love is calm, okay? Love is peace. Spirit wants you to know that. Love is consistent, okay? Knight of Pentacles. Love is consistent, okay? So whoever you are dealing with is inconsistent. Love has staying power. Whoever you're dealing with doesn't have staying power. Love is... Love walks a straight line. Whoever you were dealing with, they weave and bob, okay? Leo, this message is for you. Love endures, okay? Queen of Cups. Love endures. What comes to mind is it Corinthians? That Bible verse where it tells you all about love and what love is and what love does? You should read that. I'm not sure which one that is, but you need to revamp your entire idea of love. That's what Spirit is calling for you to do, okay? Because right now you're dealing with love that's abusive, love that is difficult, love that is loud but not pure, it's not deep, and it's not truthful, it's not honest, okay? You're dealing with love that is verbally abusive, okay, and love that's inconsistent, okay? You're dealing with a love that is causing you to neglect yourself, okay? So you may be off, the way you look, the way you eat, the way you move, the way you speak. This love has you neglecting yourself and your self-care, okay? So that's not love. If you're in a positive, if you're in a good positive relationship, then you should be centering yourself. And if you're centering yourself, then that means you're caring for yourself. If you're not centering yourself, then you're not caring for yourself. If you're not caring for yourself, that's not love. Okay? That's what Spirit wants you to know. You need to revamp what your idea of love is. Okay? So if you're pulling from your parents or your grandparents or TV or someplace else, there's some poor image of love that you have in your head that is not a true representation of what love is, what love does, what love means, okay? How love behaves, okay? And once you revamp your idea of love, automatically, okay, your money is going to change, okay? Automatically, that 9 of Cups that was sideways here, excuse me, is going to go upright, okay? And money and happiness will enter the chat, okay? It's going to enter your life, okay? But you have to revamp. You have to revamp how you feel about love, and you have to center yourself. Stop self-neglecting for someone that's abusive to you, because you feel like you have to endure that, because you enduring that is showcasing your love. People treat you how they see you, but you allow people to treat you how you see yourself. So Leo, you don't love yourself enough, or you don't love yourself as much as you think you do. You need to love yourself more, okay? And when you love yourself more, you got the sun here, okay? That's you at your best. When you love yourself more, when you prioritize yourself, when you center yourself, you're unstoppable. You're going to shine bright like the sun in the sky, okay? You'll attract everything that you want when you center yourself, when you recognize that you shouldn't be dealing with any entity, any person that's giving you mixed emotions, any person that's being verbally abusive to you, any person that has you crumbling at night, crying in your bed, in the corner, in the closet, in the hallway, wherever, any person that's making you feel unsure and uncertain, any person that's bringing you chaos and drama, any person that you got to get loud with and ignorant with outside in public, okay? Soon as you cut all that bullshit off and you pour back into yourself that love that you keep trying to give to someone that obviously doesn't appreciate your love, so therefore they don't want it, when you pour it back into yourself, okay, you will rise financially, emotionally, spiritually, materially, physically, visually, okay? Then, in order to do that, you need to go within. You also could be dealing with a Virgo. This is the Hermit. It's a sign of a Virgo. Could be dealing with someone that ghosts you. They just disappear. They up in ghosts. But Spirit is saying, you need to go within. You need to go within and reevaluate, okay, your understanding of these things, okay? You're too attached. You're too attached to this person. This fell on the floor. The Devil card. Same row. You're too attached. Devil, it's obsession. It's an obsessiveness that you have with this person. Okay? You are very versatile when it comes to this person, which means they say jump, you say how high. They say when I move, you move, just like that. Okay? So you're like a flunky for this person. You need to reevaluate what it is that is missing within you that is causing you to behave this way when it comes to this person. You need to reevaluate why, you are allowing this dynamic, because that person could be someone that's just not great or not great for you, but ultimately the responsibility and the onus is going to rest on you because you're allowing it. People treat you as they see you, but you allow people to treat you as you see yourself. So there is some great deficiency within you that you would allow what you're allowing from this person, and not only allow this subpar treatment, but be completely needy and obsessed and attached to it. You're not You're teaching this person how to treat you. That's why the poor treatment is not changing. You're teaching them that this is okay. I like it when you treat me like some shit. I like it, this constant cycle we have of me crying and me falling apart and you coming back. Okay? I like it when you talk down to me and make me feel bad about myself. I like it when you ghost me and you leave me wondering where you are. Okay? I like it when you neglect me. I like it when you make this love hard. I like it when you give me mixed signals. This is all bad, Leo. This is all bad. And I would venture to say that this comes from childhood. You saw this. You saw this sort of love. You saw someone take this love and make a home with it. And that's why you think that this is how a home is made. That this is love. Okay? That's my venture on that. Okay? So regardless of what this person does, you just keep giving them love. Page of Cups. Okay? You just keep, giving them love. And they come back with an apology. They come back with an apology. But they don't change. Okay? They don't change. And you're seeking perfection and order. Okay? Okay? You're secretly, is driving you crazy. Okay? This situation is driving you to the mental asylum. Okay? But you're responsible for that because you're choosing to contend with it. You're choosing to allow it, okay? So you have no one but yourself to blame, okay? You are the driver. You're the writer of your own story. You're the writer of your book. You're the writer of your narrative. You can change the narrative anytime you want to, okay? You can change. It's called a sea change. You can change the narrative anytime you want to. But right now, secretly, okay, because you probably talk a bit, these two things here, they kind of talking back and forth. You have two sides. And you talk to people about what you do and what you don't do, and you say this and you say that. But secretly, okay, you are seeking order in chaos with this relationship. And you are seeking perfection in a relationship that is just completely imperfect, okay? So I don't see that there's a lot of room for something cohesive there, okay? This person is doing too much, okay? They're abusive, they ghost, they neglect, okay? They are, they have you arguing in the streets. They're verbally talking down to you. They're making this love very difficult. They send you mixed signals, okay? They act uninterested, okay? They're inconsistent, okay? And you're trying to find perfection in a relationship that's full of flaws. You're not going to find perfection and order in a relationship that's full of flaws. So while you're talking to your friends and talking big game about you got a strict regimen, you ain't got no regimen at all. That's why this person is walking all over you. That's why this person has you up at night. That's why this person has you in your head. That's why this person has you neglecting yourself. That's why this person is giving you mixed signals. That's why this person is affecting your happiness and your mental stability. And that's why this person is just making it hard, because you're allowing it. And I think that is cause for this toxic cycle, okay? You're in a toxic cycle with this situation. they are the runner and you're the chaser. That's a runner-chaser dynamic, okay? And they don't want your love. They don't want your love, okay? But you're obsessed with them. You're addicted. You need to get help. And I think that the help that you need to get is going to be not so much a couples therapy. I think it should be psychological help. Help that focuses more on you and something, that helps you to really go within and analyze why it is that you are accepting the bare minimum. Help that assists you in tracing your relationships and your past histories with others that you've been intimate with, to see what brought you to this situation, a situation where you accept lesser than, you chase after something that doesn't want you, that doesn't desire you, and why that's okay for you, why you think that's okay, okay? All right, so then you have optimism, the Lovers, and King of Swords. So you are optimistic. You know, all this stuff we just went over. You are optimistic about this person that is doing all of this to you, that's abusing you, neglecting you, giving you mixed signals, that is ghosting you, that's talking down to you, okay? Some reason, somehow, some way, okay? Person that is secretly cheating on you. There are 3 women on this optimism card, and there's a moon sign, so that means secretly cheating on you, okay? You are optimistic about this person, okay? And this person, if it's not an air sign, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, if it's not an air sign, it's someone that carries the negative attributes of the King of Swords. It's a person that's cold. They're cold to you. They're shrewd with you. They could pity pinch with you. They're harsh with you. They cut you off. They don't allow you to think or talk, okay? They're staunch with you, okay? This is not a great situation, Leo. It's not a great situation, okay? Let's get some advice for the Leo that's in this situation. What does Spirit want the Leo that's in this situation to know? What do you want this person to know, Spirit? What do you want this Leo to know that's dealing with this situation? Spirit is saying wait. Okay? Wait. I don't know what for. It's saying wait. Okay. Guess I could clarify that with another one. Because wait for what? We're at 34 minutes here. Okay, you got protection, It's 1 on that card. Protection. You are protected. Trust in reverse. There is no trust. Trust in this situation has been lost. Okay. Stormy in reverse. Okay. And there's a 21 on that, so that's 3. So things were pretty dark and bad with this person, and you may be coming out of that. You did get 6 of Swords twice, leaving from chaos. Okay, so the worst of things with this person, I think you've seen the worst of it, so you're coming out of it. Okay, you're moving towards the horizon, moving towards the sunrise. Okay, so you had some dark nights of the soul, some dark nights with this person. And those dark nights, for the most part, I think are over, okay? Because you have stormy in reverse. Now, that's one way to read it, okay? There is no trust, however, okay? There is no trust, all right? Because a lot has been exposed to you. There's no trust. If there's no trust, there is no foundation, okay? You are protected on all sides. The Spirit is saying wait. So it could be something that you want to do, a way that you want to move or something as it pertains to this. And Spirit is saying just wait. I think Spirit is wanting you to go within, okay? And it says trust in reverse. Maybe a situation where you can't even trust yourself right now. So you need to just wait. You've got some healing to do, okay? You've got a lot of healing to do. All right, and another card for Leo. That's 8 cards too many. I said 8 cards too many, and I just said 8 as a number, and what came out? 8. And it says powerful energy, 8. That's interesting. I said 8 cards too many, and 8 came out. All right. Okay, so let's see here. Eight. The 2 circles symbolize 2 worlds, the spiritual and the material. The 2 squares symbolize independence. The 2 triangles symbolize the hourglass, the balance of cause and effect. Drawing this card indicates there's a strong power with you. And because this is thought of as a karmic number, fate can turn either way. Show your desire to be unselfish, true, and honest at this time, and success could be yours. You might be feeling independent right now, and this might cause misunderstandings with family or friends. Show your dependability as a friend to others, either by putting your feelings into words, buying a gift, or doing a good deed. When success is imminent for you, claim it. This is not the time to sabotage your hard work. This number has the meaning of a new higher cycle which vibrates to canary and opal colors. Wearing a garment with any of these colors should help boost your present cause. You might also wear them in a scarf or a tie. Okay, so what I see here is Spirit is saying that you're strong. Spirit is saying that you can break free from this karmic tie. Okay? Spirit is saying that because it is a karmic tie, things can go either way. But if you show your desire and you put in the work to move in the appropriate direction, then success is going to come to you. And not just any success, but financial success. Okay? So your financial come up is going to be based on your ability to break the tie to this karmic cycle. Your financial success is connected to your ability to break from this karmic cycle. Spirit is saying, do not sabotage your hard work. Spirit is saying you are strong and you can do it. You may want to wear canary and opal colors, okay, to do this, to further empower you, okay, because those colors carry a powerful frequency that will help you empower yourself and defeat this albatross around your neck. Okay, so thank you for coming back. I hope that the message helped you, resonated with you. I hope you got some clarity, something that you could take into your situation and move in an active way and feel better about your choices. Okay, hope to see you again. This is Keisha Tarot. Peace. Stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Love you. Bye.